And you mentioned that you're currently in therapy and that you have to journal every day for that.
Mhm.
And I appreciate that about you, man. I listened to a lot of different podcast episodes where you're featured on it, and you have zero issue in talking about your past and your struggles with addiction and depression and anxiety and all that. But I also remember you saying that when you're on stage and when you're performing, the anxiety doesn't really bother you. I almost have the opposite reaction where leading up to even before tonight, every episode that I go on, I get this anxiety, this overwhelming anxiety before I hit that go live button. Is there something that you do where you can kind of prepare for what you're about to do to try to wash that away and get into the right mindset, or is it just something you've overcome with time and confidence?
I just snort benzos. I it's odd because like anybody else, when you first start, you are terrified.
Mm,
But eventually it just becomes something that it was what I wanted to do. Like once I started doing stand up, I felt something that I had never felt before. So the more I did it, the more comfortable I got. And no matter how bad your day is, no matter what you're going through, there's like what I've always liked about, I don't know where I can put in addiction. Addiction was escape from was escape from pain for me. That's all it's ever been. And whenever I look at it through therapy, I just don't want to be alive in this moment as this person. So if I'm on stage for 45 minutes, that's me being like in a place where I just have to do that. I only have to focus on that. And that's fun for me because it's actually very, very freeing to be in that position. So for me, it takes away the angst and it takes away a lot of the depression because I have a goal. I'm in the middle of it. I don't need to pay attention to anything else except for what I'm doing in that moment. And it's very hard to live in the moment. And stand up allows you to do that. And that's something that I think is why I connected with it so much. I mean, even with improv or sketch, you still have to worry about other people on the stage. If you're doing a radio show, you have to worry about other people also on the stage. So it's sort of it's sort of very freeing when it comes to that with stand up and with radio shows and everything. I kind of just talk, hope it works out. I mean, same as when I go onto Crowder, I want to make sure that it's a good show, but I also want to make sure other people look good. I think that's something that a lot of podcasters don't understand. I mean, you have a lot of haters, and especially have somebody, for example, who will be like, "Well, I don't get why Joe Rogan's popular." It's like, you don't? He listens. That's what he does. He
yeah.
listens and he replies. And that's really what it takes to be a great host. I mean, if you look back to Carson, everybody in the room looked good. I mean, it might be an old thing, but he knew how to make everybody look good. And that's something that you just don't see as much anymore. People are too involved in me to realize that a group of people and everybody in the room doing well is far more important.